Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Today my husband joins me and we're going to have a conversation on how to start a rabbit business. This year we started a rabbit business, but the idea started way back before COVID. So we're going to share on how we started, what can you start with, how many rabbits do you need to start, how do you feed the rabbits, and much more. So
Well, you're very welcome. My name is Eric, and I'm glad to be here. We are talking rabbits today, and Florence says, how did we start? I think the journey started really with interest. We were interested in rabbits. Partly, I remember because of the fact that you could deal in the rabbits themselves, but also if you plan to do organic farming, of course, rabbit urine is good. And we had different ideas. COVID was a very good season because
yes.
it pushed so many of us to think beyond the job.
Yeah.
And that's when we thought about rabbits, watched some videos, and eventually went away from screens to visiting real farms. We visited at least 2 farmers, people that were involved in rabbitry, and we got great ideas from them.
Yes.
In terms of what you need, and things like the cages behind here, and what to look out for. So we kind of before we started, we met real people doing the business so that we could get real answers to some of the questions that we had. Yes.
And we watched a lot of YouTube videos, so we got a lot of information.
Yeah. If I remember well, it was actually you who was more interested in this
Yes.
rabbit business.
Yes. So what do you need to start? Basically, what are the basic things that you need to start a rabbit business?
For starters, you'll need a structure. And a structure is like the shell that you've already seen. And we didn't get into brick walls because that would be so expensive. You don't want to put a lot of money in building brick walls, because a much more expensive aspect of rabbitry are the cages. Those ones you need to spare money to build the right cages, especially if you're interested in urine, if you're interested in the droppings, for those that need fertilizer. But you need a structure. It doesn't have to be expensive, right? And as you looked at ours, it's not a very expensive structure. Then, of course, you need to spare some money to build the right cages, because if you get the cages wrong, you may get disappointed.
Yeah.
Especially as far as the rabbits are concerned. But beside the cages, of course, you also need a source of water, because they need water. So we had to think about that as well. We got a tank. And invested in that. Why? Because we don't have access to maybe national water here, and the place where we are, sometimes the rains, the dry spell can take some time, and so if you have a good source of water, you're good to go. But also human resource. You need someone
who's going to take care of the rabbits.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if I've forgotten anything, Florence. You can.
You've done so well.
Yeah.
And how about if I'm in town? I live in town, Kampala, or whichever country you're from, but you actually don't have, a big piece of land to put a
Space.
Structure.
Yeah.
What can they do to start?
I think it's very simple. If you can put a simple shelter where they're not under the rain, and we've seen this in many places where people just put an extension beside their house or their perimeter wall, and they start. Then what you do is you invest in the right cages, and you're good to go.
So they'll put an iron sheet above the cage to
Yes,
stop
that's
the water
yes, that's
from
a shelter.
coming.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
You need to keep them away from direct rain and also direct sunshine. Yeah.
So with with rabbit business, you have no excuse. If you want to start, you have no excuse not to start. How many rabbits do I need to start? The viewers might be asking, how many rabbits do they need?
It really depends on you. You know, with if you're going to do them for business, you definitely need to start with a certain number that will get you, you know, quick money, quote unquote. But it's not really quick.
Quick, big numbers
You know,
first.
because the issue is you want to increase the numbers. So the number of mothers that you have will determine the number of babies that you'll get. But you know, I think some people have said you can start with one male and maybe 4 females. For some of you that are maybe, you know, you can even start with 1 male and 3 females. It just depends on what you want to do at the end of the day. But for us, we started with, I think we started with 3 males and then 10 females.
Yes,
Yeah.
10
So we had a
females.
total of 13
Yes.
rabbits. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And maybe what do you feed the rabbit? If do I just go to the shop, like a feed shop, and I just buy maize bran? What do I do? What do you feed the rabbit with?
So we do grasses. We planted grass and we continue to plant because what we want to do is we want to reduce the costs of feeds. And but we are feeding them on pellets with grasses,
Yes.
lots of grasses. You know, some of the common grasses that people already feed rabbits on, blackjack. Of course, we do hay as well. We have some good grasses that we cut and dry here where we keep our rabbits. And but we definitely on a monthly make sure that we have some pellets. So we have a schedule where we give them some pellets and then a schedule where we do the grasses. It's advisable that you mix it because you know there are nutrients, there are, you know, vitamins that they will get from the grasses that you might not necessarily get from the pellets. If you're dealing with pellets, you need to get them from the right source.
Yeah.
Because if you go wrong on pellets, you can actually lose your rabbits.
Yeah.
Because if they feed wrong, if the pellets are not of good quality,
Or
if they're
expired.
molding, if they're expired, you're going to lose your rabbits.
Or if you've stored them wrongly,
Yes.
they can get they can infect your rabbits, and rabbits don't have so many diseases, but they are also very sensitive. So
And
that's something to watch out.
And you need to remember that when we talked about grasses, you don't just go to the garden and pick grasses and directly come and give them to your rabbits. It's not good. You need to allow them to lose some moisture, and you know, what do we
wilt.
use? Yeah, kind of wilt under a shade, not under direct sunlight. And then after that, you know, when they've lost some of that moisture, then you can give them to your rabbits. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe the viewers are wondering, is there a market for rabbit? When I start rabbit farming, will I get market? What has been our experience?
We're kind of learning of markets on the go. The market is definitely there, but it takes networks. I think rabbit meat is very interesting, that many Ugandans, even when they seem to know rabbits, are just getting into eating rabbit meat. So there are places where you can actually have people buy, and we are building those networks, and we found, you know, 1 or 2 people that can actually buy. Right now for us, we are not at a place where we are under pressure to sell them because we're still building capacity in terms of the right mothers that will get us the bunnies to build into, either for selling as good breeds, but also for meat.
Okay.
But the market is definitely there. You have to do some homework in finding the market, and it's one of the things that we are doing, and we are getting connecting networking with people, so that we can build this. So we are building on the go. Yogera yo ku market bifamu.
Well, definitely the market is there, and your neighbor is the first person who will be your market. So you can sell them to your neighbors, those who want to eat rabbit meat. You can also sell to those who want to start rabbit business. So there are also people who want rabbit urine. That's also markets. People who are doing what is that called?
Organic farming.
People who are doing organic farming definitely are looking for rabbit urine, because it works as a pesticide, but also as a fertilizer at the same time. So the market is there. Don't be discouraged. The market is there. Well, it's not as common as you see chicken, but the market is there, and the prices are good. And we are still on a journey and figuring out all those steps as we go on. But we will be sharing our journey.
Yeah.
We'll be documenting our journey, how far we have reached. Well, I know along the journey we've definitely faced some challenges. What challenges have we faced, and what solutions have we come up with?
Yeah, so I think the number one challenge that I actually remember that was recent is when we bought the wrong feed for the bunnies. Wrong in such a way that I think it was expired or it had a problem, and so we started losing them. They were getting diarrhea, and they started dying. And this is when we reached out to a friend that is already in the business, and he led us to someone that knows what to do in terms of treating them. This person came and did the treating, but the beauty is we also, through him doing it, he taught us how to do it ourselves. Because when it comes to rabbits, you need to learn, or I think in all animal farming, if you can learn how to treat some of your animals, it actually reduces the costs.
Yes.
And so we learned how to treat. It was painful that we lost these bunnies, but we learned a lesson, especially when it comes to pellets, that you need to buy from the right person, and you need to store them right. And I think, in terms of the most recent challenges that I remember, that was one of the challenges.
Well, with every business that you choose to start, there's going to be challenges. But when you meet challenges, definitely you will come. There are solutions to those challenges. We came up with a solution to our challenge. Of course, we were frustrated at some point, but thankfully, we learned how to treat the rabbits by ourselves. We'll be making other videos as we go along. We'll be documenting our journey, and we'll be documenting our challenges, but also our victories. We would like for you to learn from us, because we also learned from other people. We want to share our knowledge. So we'll be doing other videos, but for today, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this kind of content, please like, subscribe, share, and if you've already subscribed, please hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. See you in the next conversation.